There we go. Managed to actually catch it with the warning in. Alright, that's good. We can see. Let's make sure we can hear. The goat! Test. Test. Alright, sights and sounds. Oh, shoot! Shoot! Alright, we got it. Alright, let me just go ahead and pop that content note in there. Just want everyone to be aware this game has a photosensitivity / epilepsy warning, so please do be aware of that. Welcome to the stream. I guess I shall continue. What are them buildings in the background? It's real busted up, y'all. Ikidaya incident. Ikidaya. It's the time between New Year's and Christmas when everyone else gets time off and I don't. I like to take time off around our anniversary. I guess I could, like, at least this year I won't need to spend a big horking amount of it, or in 2024, on, you know, moving. So, hooray for that. No, the glasses are still smeary. I cannot live. I cannot live. Alright. So, just to start for startsies, where are we on the equipment functioning? Okay, good. Sturm and Drong, that's pretty good. Red headband, that's okay. Iron breastplate is fine. They're made out of wood. We have Atrial. That is not enough to really do anything with these. Okay. Good. Inventory. How much ginseng? Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Valuables? Oh. I have a lot of tags. Okay, maybe I should do something about that. Oh, the parcel's going to Yakichi in North Umikochiko. Okay. I don't remember where that is. Game? Why? No! I don't even know what that was. It's too late now. It's too late. There's nothing for it. Alright. And out we go. I guess I don't have a silver plate. I'm not 100%. Oh, wait. If I go to the gambling hall, I have enough tags from chicken racing that I should be able to get a silver plate. Or alternatively from the mahjong. I still did. You know what? I'll go to the mahjong place because I still didn't find the perfume cellar, and I still haven't been upstairs in Mukurogai, which I should probably do. They were kind of directing me that way. Hello, take me to Mukurogai, please. I also probably need to fight some bandits at some point. get pretty good trooper levels up for that. Alright. Hey, man. Hey, what you got? Heck yeah, silver plate. Alright, that's exactly what I needed. So, you know what? I'll do a little tournament. Let's do a little tournament. Matches are good. I'll sign up for your tournament. I already gave you like 5 real to play. I spent the money. Wolosi changed the name. It used to be Jency. Oh, okay. Is that how you want it to be said, Wolosi? Is that okay? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm a little more painy than I would prefer, but better than I was. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna tally that up and call it a win for me. I'm good. You can just say Will if you feel like it's tricky. I may do that. Sometimes I will shorten them a little bit if it's tricky, if people are okay with that. It's nice to see you, Will. How you doing? I will do whatever I want, and you can't stop me, Mahjong Man. How about that? Oh. No, I don't really want to pawn that. I do still have to work this week, which is not my 100% fave, because everybody else is off, but...
Boom.
Oh, yeah, I mean, sometimes I get these, like, pain, like, things, and then they just kind of go for way longer than I think it's appropriate, to be honest. But, it's getting better. It's like, I don't know, sometimes it feels like if I don't, like, excessively almost overhydrate, and it's probably not overhydrating, but it feels like it is to me. It feels like if I don't, like, go in, like, excessively on that, then I end up, like, with these just unbearable muscle pains. Will, thank you for contributing to the watch along. I appreciate that. Where it's like getting a neck crick, and with all of the like agony that entails, only it just can happen at like any part of the body, sometimes in the shoulders, lower in the back. I don't know, if you're unlucky. If you're lucky, none of this will happen. But yeah, and then it's just, why did I keep that south? I didn't need that. And then it just takes about as long to go away as a neck crick does, which is too long. But I'm hydrating, I'm stretching, and etc. So, you know, I think I was doing best that can be done, but it could be better than this. I feel like it could be a little better than this. This is poo. Could be better. Probably it will be better tomorrow. It's better today than it was yesterday, which is nice. I'm like taking some of my like time off from video to read some of the lovely books. Or I started one of the lovely books that Josh has gotten me in the past few years. It is the 33 and a third book about Live Through This by Hole. And it's good. I love Hole. I've loved Hole since that album came out. I think I got it like right after it came out. And then all I did was listen to Hole for like, I want to say, I mean, when I say all I did was listen to something, I mean like I probably caught a few songs for other things here or there, but for the most part, I was just locked into Hole for about 2 years. And that was it. And it was just that album, and I just played it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Because it was my, like, all-time favorite thing. You're at the South. What did you do that for? I don't know what that is. I thought it was a movie, but all I had to go on was a Vine about someone not caring for it. It is a band. It is the band, if you have heard of Nirvana and you know about Kurt Cobain, Courtney Love is his widow and has had her own band called Hole. And they put out an album called Live Through This in the 90s. And it was, at least for me, somewhat life-changing. This is a bad hand. I gotta do something here.
Boom. Boom.
Okay. That's not very good. But yeah, it wasn't just a band. It was my favorite band for many, many, many years. And like it's ooh. There's some things I feel like you can't cover from a critical lens if you're just like that much of a fan. Like I could never bring a critical lens to bear on Hole or Courtney Love. I just love her, and when people say fucked up things about her, I just get mad. And they do all the time, and I just get mad about it because it's wrong and it's unfair. I don't really want to take that, so I'm not going to. But yeah, there's been like really scummy documentaries that have come out, like accusing her of conspiring to have her husband assassinated, which is just so disgusting. And like I mean, Courtney Love is sometimes like not an easy person to defend, but like she for me is an easy person to want to defend. I mean, for me, there's some, like, pieces of art that were so, like, formative and, like, you know, like, sometimes, like, a good video game at the right time, a good album at the right time can, like, make such an incredible impact. Um, that, like, I don't think it's a huge exaggeration to say Courtney Love, like, saved my teenage life. And even when there are legitimate criticisms to be made about her, I don't want to hear them. That's like, but like most of the criticisms that are being made aren't legitimate and they're just cruel. And I I hate that. Not only do I hate that, Kurt would have fucking hated that because he did hate it and he said that he did when he was alive. So, it's just fucked up and it makes me mad. Oh, you no, well, you're fine. You didn't have to clarify. I got you. Don't worry about it. But yeah, hey, Hawk, it's Mahjong time. I was also talking about my deep and abiding love for Courtney Love. Um, like, I don't know. I can't be objective about like Final Fantasy VII either. I'm not 100% sure I can really be objective about the Yakuza games. I try to be, but I don't know. Some things are just like too important. There's no point in being objective about Yakuza games. I mean, they objectively rule. So there's that. Hey! Works for me. I don't know. I don't really do guilty pleasures. If I'm enjoying something, I just enjoy it. I don't feel guilty about that. I don't. You can't judge me for liking dingus stuff because like it won't do you any good because I don't care. Hey, 14 might be a bit lurky today. That's good. I mean, it's not good that that came out weird. It's good to see you, and that's okay. That is what I meant to say, but it got jumbled. um, I constantly feel guilty to the point that I'm embarrassed in private about music that I like. I had a rheumatologist appointment and have been comparing. Oh, 14, that does sound frazzling. Yo, well, Lucy is Gency. We've had a name change just for people coming in. So we can keep track of the major players. That's okay, I said. So I think you're fine. Yeah, I might as well. Um. Ugh. That's frustrating.
Boom.
Yeah, I've just been reading this book about Live Through This and Courtney Love, and then just pausing intermittently to like have a little like rant in Josh's general direction. Um, because I have very strong feelings about the topic. This is so rude. Courtney Love is unfairly maligned. Yes, you've hit the core of my ranting. Yep, that is the center, the rock hard, molten, furious core of my general regular. Anytime it would even come up, my just like total rant phase about like I don't know how shitty and unfair people have been to her for like so long. Like I liked Hole so much. I mean, and this was like after Kurt died, after everybody was like people were going at her hammer and tongs before that, but afterwards it just got worse. And like I put a big old vinyl hole sticker on my car and was like, and say something. Oh my god. Really? Alright. People did try to bring it up to me because of the sticker that I had put on my car that Courtney Love sucks or whatever, and then I would just like inform them in no uncertain terms that they were wrong.
それ当たりだ。ダブルリーチ。ドラロック。
Oh my god! What on earth? Well, I think that's the end of the game. I have wiped out Dango the All-Nighter. Yeah! Oh, I got a carved wooden bear. Very nice. Quit. Thank you. I got the silver plate that I need for Haruka. Let's see if I can find that perfume person while I'm over here. But yeah, I mean, I think if you are a certain age, then like the Courtney stuff was just like unavoidable. And I am that age. That's the age that I am. Maybe the perfume seller's up here. Hey, y'all, there's an upstairs. Check it out. That's the arena. Not going in there. You're the right age. There's something written here. Like, she is Kurt Cobain's widow. Whole rules. She was very unapologetic about rocking, and was like publicly angry in the 90s as a girl, which is so astonishing. And then people just like attacked her repeatedly. Like her daughter got taken away from them because of a Vanity Fair article. Like it's something. But but like people have been putting out like scumbag documentaries for ages about like that she is like that she like planned to have him be killed, and it's such a disgusting thing. Um, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting, and I will fight someone over it. I was just never big into the music scene. I think that's fair. Um, There's something written here. Live Through This is their best work, in my opinion. And, there's some really, like, killer music videos that I was showing Josh because, like, he's not really into whole. I know that there are guys who must like whole, but I've never met one. Um, but yeah, like there's like big parts in her song where she's like, she screams like fuck you, and like yeah, it was my shit for like 2 whole years. That's all I like listened to in my car driving around, and I would just roll up places with the windows down because the car had no air conditioning and it was in Alabama, so it was very hot. And I would just roll up places with Courtney Love screaming and just be like, "Well, I'm here." Hmm? There's something written here. Calling all men fearless and foolhardy. If you would die for coin or kill for glory, make your way to the arena. An arena, huh? Maybe I should take a look when I have the time. I won't. I'm not doing the arena.
Oi.
Hey there, Samurai-san. It's a man. He's wearing a Tengu mask. Word to the wise, you should hand over your valuables and move along. I mean, people kind of called him like the John Lennon of his generation, and they gave his wife the Yoko treatment, which is hideous. And much in the same way that Yoko Ono is an important artist in her own right, and was before she met John Lennon, and continues to be to this day, Courtney Love is an important figure in her own right. Um, Rage is a completely valid emotion to express in music, and like no one has quite expressed it in exactly the same way that Courtney Love has. And I think it's so valuable to me, for so many reasons. But yeah, Lindsay Ellis just put a trailer out for her video essay defending Yoko Ono. That's cool. I should watch that. I do have Nebula. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, we, we learned about Yoko Ono in art history class. She is that important. She's important. She is as important of an artist as John Lennon is as a musician. She's very important performance artist. The John Lennon of his generation, that's astonishingly erasing, and Lennon was not a person to emulate or compare people to. I mean, I I think Kurt kind of wanted to be a type of John Lennon, like, songwriter, like, figure, but, like, I think it also kind of erases his own importance in what he did in a way. Um, like, I mean, Kurt Cobain was an electrifying figure, but like Courtney Love was also an electrifying figure, as well. So, and she should have had better, and people were unconscionably cruel. Um, like, it's ridiculous. Yoko's work is some of the earliest feminist performance art and is really important, and a lot of those pieces are still relevant. Yes! The instructional pieces are still like things you can do. Um and like be in the spirit of the performance, a lot of them. Like there were new instructional pieces a couple of years ago, I think. Um I have one of the instructional books. It's beautiful. Oh, that's lovely. Word to the wise, you should hand over your valuables and move along, or you'll face the wrath of Sagami of the diabolical Jozo Tingu. Jozo Tingu? Never heard of him. If you don't mind, you're in my way. Oi, oi, not knowing about us is no excuse. You should put that thing down before you hurt yourself. The balls on this one. Steal the mask you needed for reasons. Fine then. You can learn our name when we send you to hell. Ooh. We got a little... This one's a little boppy. Oh, sweet. Yoko did this one called Cut Piece, where she invited viewers to cut off a piece of her clothing with a pair of scissors. At first people were polite, but it got pretty dicey. Yeah, yeah, that one, and then like the Marina Abramovich one that came later. What is that one? The author of this 33 and a third talks about both of those pieces. What was the name of that second piece? Crap, I just read this. Rhythm Zero. Um, oh, thank you for contributing to the walk-alongs, the Hawk, Forcine, and Rapaperi. There's always people who can't act right. I think Marina owes a lot to Yoko. I mean, I think that's definitely true. I mean, the Marina one is legitimately terrifying. Um, even just to hear about. But yeah. Say thank you for contributing to the watch along. So are we finished? Damn it! Who is this guy? Hey! Don't leave me! That was strange. Now aren't you the scrappy samurai? Yeah, I think in the book, I can't remember if I'm remembering this from the 33 and a third book or the documentary that I watched about Marina Abramowitz, but about the Rhythm Zero piece, she said that afterwards, when the time period was up and she would start interacting again, that people would just like literally flee. One of my favorites of that era was by an artist whose name I can't remember, but it was called Loving Care, and the artist painted the floor with her hair, which was covered in dye. Ooh. Yeah, that one I haven't seen, but like I think people like the problem with performance art is that it's a similar problem with like a lot of sort of like more modern contemporary forms of like different kinds of art that aren't like representational or more like what's the word I'm looking for here? It's not intellectual, it's not meta. It's not like they're not entirely just about physical, like there's art that's not just about physical objects. There's art that's like, found sculpture, things that are like about not just the piece but the context of the piece. These more like holistic experiences sometimes, or things that require you to like engage with an artist statement or things like that. Um, which is not how I tend to work. That's kind of against the grain of the things that I normally like to do. And for a long time I kind of dismissed it, um which I think is immature. But like in my like artistic immaturity, I was kind of about the like worship of the object, and like it's and like using like traditional techniques and like having skills in those areas and stuff, and that like you know the art world is not always like it goes through fashions, it has phases, it has stuff like that. And if you're doing something that's kind of out of phase with the current fashions, you don't have connections, blah blah, etc. Like it can be really hard to be an artist, and you can get kind of like a little maybe resentful towards people who are like doing things that aren't quite so much about like using specific materials in specific ways. Um, but like a lot of the art is ephemeral, or it only existed for people who were there. Conceptual, yeah, things that are more conceptual. That's the word I was looking for. Um, Sometimes art is meeting with the piece. At least in my head, it's like that. Yeah, sometimes like even for things that engage with traditional materials, although we have gotten a lot better, but like when I was taking art history, the plates were not so good as they are now. Like the illustrations of like the artwork was not to like the kind of level of like crispness and detail that we can get into books like that now. And so with some things, it like with some color field works and stuff, it's really difficult even with something that is like because like I don't worship like the representational. I love a good abstract, but like I was kind of stuck in a place where it was like, but like that's a material. You used paint, you used the canvas, you put the paint on the canvas, or you put it on the floor, but like there's a thing that you did with a thing, and you have to know how to do that. And like that's what makes an artist, is like knowing how to do the thing with the thing. And it's like, is it though? I mean, like that is a way to be an artist, but like there's other ways, like in creating these like conceptual frameworks. But the problem with conceptual art is that like you really do have to meet it where it is. Like you have to kind of enter into this spirit of the thing and the mindset of the thing, and you have to be willing to like engage with the piece in the way that it wants to be engaged with, or there's no chance of it working. And like that's requires like maybe some vulnerability and willing to look silly or like not understand, willing to be in a space where you don't really understand what's going on. A lot of performance art is about making people uncomfortable, and like people don't want to engage in that way. It seems like a lot of times people want to go to art to feel comfortable, and so they'll just go back far enough into art history where they're like people who did the art are like barely even real people anymore. Now they're just like, anime characters or whatever, and you can make up whatever stories you want about them. And so you go back far enough, and so the art is comfortable. And so they don't want to engage with like what artists do, which a lot of time is pretty uncomfortable. Um, and some of the work I made before I was mad at art made people defensive and angry because it made them feel vulnerable to engage with it. Parentheses, men in academia. Yeah. And like, I think, I I was not coming. I was not. In some ways, from a combination of like feeling like my art form, the art form of like traditional oil painting, is no longer valued by the fine arts world, um, which is not really true. But you can get that feeling, but it's really not true. Oil paintings will always be valuable when they're good because they're beautiful, and like they're undeniably beautiful. And so there's always going to be power in being able to like do that well. But like at the time I felt like my art was not like valued, and I had some snobbery about like, well, this is hard and it's a skill, and you nailed a phone to a wall. And it's like, okay, so like now you're just not agreeing to enter into the spirit of the thing at all. So of course it's not going to work for you. Indie music coming out on social media? What indie music? I mean, I don't understand why people are so uncomfortable with like some of the non-representational art, but they like clearly are. But it's just like in some cases you need like some education about like the history, certain like just some basic education about like why the visual arts became what they became in the 2000s and what people were trying to do. um Not in the 2000s, in the 20th century. Like, why were people doing those things? What were they like a basic response to? Because like art history is not just a series of paintings some guy made and some sculptures that some guy made and tell me the parts of this building type. It's a nave. Like, how can you tell the difference between low and high Gothic architecture? Why, it's the flying buttresses, my friend. Watch them buttresses fly. Um, but, but like, uh, with just a little like education, some of these things become like very like clear why they were done, and then it like gets around that like I don't understand this and now I'm mad, and it's just like, or you could just be like, I don't understand this and that's fine, you know? Like, I don't understand stuff sometimes and it's fine. Um, Jerks and Tengu Mass have been causing a lot of trouble here lately. It's nice to watch them scamper. One of my favorite projects I did was have a dance party in the girls' bathroom of a school that was going to be torn down, so it was an event that only existed for a weekend and people had to come in and experience it together. Yeah! It was part of a pre-demolition project. They turned the space into an artist studio. Whoa. Could I bend your ear for a bit? You might be able to help get men like that off the streets for good. Get them off the streets. Yeah, I'll hear you out. That's actually why I came up here. Give me your missions, ma'am. Kyo is the stomping ground for thugs and bandits. My father, Tachibana Genjuro, has started recruiting volunteers to a neighborhood watch of sorts. They had artists assigned to different rooms in the building. One of the teams took the doors off all the lockers and made a huge sculpture out of it. Whoa. Like, there was we had to do an installation project in sculpture, and like the rule was like the only assignment was that you had to build a cube out of 2x4, and that was it. Up to you. Build a cube out of 2x4, and we had like a length. I think it had to be like 5 feet on each side or some damn thing. And then like that was it. That was the assignment. And there's also a genre of art called relational aesthetics where the entire point is the interaction. Sometimes there's no evidence at all. Yeah. We're called the Tachibana Gumi. My name is Matsu. Most people call me Omatsu. Cuter that way, don't you think? Sure. Follow me to our home base. I'll fill you in on the rest there. Did you get to do whatever you wanted with the cube's insides? Yes. Yes, you could do anything you wanted. But it had to be installed in a place where the class could come and see it. And we had, we were each assigned like a day of the week to make sure that we could go around in like, I don't know, 4 people's cars all crammed in together, zigzagging all over town to go look at people's sculpture installations. There was one girl that I felt like, I mean, I don't know. She turned her cube into a catio. And, like, I'm not saying that was wrong. I just felt like, this professor in particular was a real big one for artist statements. So, like, she really didn't have much of an artist statement except that she thought that her cat would like to hang out outside. And so in that way, I felt like it maybe didn't really, like, embody the spirit of the assignment. I've made participatory works where other people just refuse to engage. Oof. That does suck. I was in theater though, and you know theater kids. They will definitely come and engage. Dangerous people in here, maybe a bit gruff, but they have Kyo's best interests at heart. The Tachibana Gumi receives requests from people all over the city. We run off criminals, patrol the roads, and protect businesses. So you see, we need people strong enough for jobs like that. Take a look over here. Sketchboard. There's a lot of people who need help. Plenty evildoers to punish. And then you get money. Alright. If they're getting requests from all over the city, it could be a good source of information. Those men in the Tengu masks are only part of the problem. Lately, it seems like the troublemakers around town have been getting tougher. Some of our people have gotten hurt. I'm hoping you'll be strong enough to turn the tide. Who were those guys anyway? What did they call themselves? The Jozo Tengu. They're a gang of bandits led by someone named, well, Jozo. With all the violence going on between the Shinsengumi and the radicals, they've been able to prey on folks indiscriminately. They have no principles. They're only doing it to fill their pockets. I see. Someone should put a stop to them. There are more details on the board. We just posted a new request, in fact. Alright. So I had an idea. I guess I'm still in ideas phase. Men in the Tengu masks. Yeah, I'll take care of it. Ma'am, how do I leave? The Tengu in the woods. Am I a joke to you? A little bit. Little bit of a joke. The nose is kind of funny, man. It's very long. It's got a real Usopp length nose. I mean, when they call him long nose, you get why they do it, because his nose is really long. Y'all, I'm up to Alabasta. We have just left the Drum Kingdom, and we're up to Alabasta in the manga. How do I get down from here? Let me out. Oh, there it is. They're Tengu and NetHack. Reminds me of the Commedia dell'arte. Oh, yeah. Like, I think their no masks are very Commedia dell'arte, and they're also very, Hawk, I know you did I think you said before you did a theater degree. Did y'all talk about, like, them sick-ass Greek masks that they had, for the chorus and stuff, and the megaphones that they had built into the mask? Absolutely amazing. Musical theater, to be specific. Nice. If I remember correctly, the Tengu noses are supposed to have a power attached to them. Like, if they pulled their nose, it would storm or something. Oh, nice. Well, I know, the one Commedia dell'arte person that it's, like, kind of easy to remember is the Harlequin, right? You get Harlequin in that. You know what I was, like, really interested in at the time? It was... what do I got? I know what I can give you, sir. It's none of them thingies, though. Really? Oh, I guess it's only what I have on me. Alright, rice ball. Oh, yeah, the Greek masks, like, I believe, what they said was that they operated kind of like the Commedia dell'arte masks, but, like, they would pass them back and forth between different actors, to indicate their role. And, they had, little funnels in them to, like, amplify, the actors' voices. Did you, like... I really liked it also when we talked about, like, the sets and the, like, craft of the stagecraft. Like, that was some of my favorite stuff. Talking about the guy who made the thunder, like, you stole my thunder. It's like a guy made a thunder for, like, the opera, and then someone stole his, like, thunder sound effect. That's where that comes from. At least according to my, history of... Was it theater history? It was like... it was theater history, but it was also more like actual stagecraft and sets and stuff throughout history. So we had a separate, like, we did a separate class for the history of fashions and furnishings. That was a whole year. It was a 2-semester class, and it was one of my like favorite things that I did in school, even though it was God's own butt ton of work. Like, Jesus, it was so much work. The nomads are really cool too, because like depending on how they're like, they're made in such a way that depending on how they're like tilted, they kind of convey different expressions, which is really cool. If you're doing mass theater. Oh yeah, fashions and furnishings. We got every week. At the beginning of the week, we would get a new list of vocabulary. And to define vocabulary for fashions and furnishings, what you would get was a list of types of furniture, building types, like, you know, depending on what we're doing, like, you might get, you know, like bustle, half morning, chaise lounge, show me a Tudor timber roof. I mean, obviously not these things like together, but like, you know, Keton, not defined, okay? Like, not in any way defined, just a list of vocab for the week. And then you would go to the library and, like, you know, Dorian columns, Ionic columns, Corinthian columns. Let me just tell you, for the rest of my life, I will 100% be able to tell you the difference between a Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian column. I'll never, ever forget that, because it was covered in, like, many, I think I took 4 or 5 classes separately where it came up. Can I still draw you a diagram of a Greek amphitheater? Probably. So yeah, so you would go and, I'm gonna try this, like, dealer guy. Maybe he has it. Do you have perfume? I don't know, man. None of these look like perfume, do they? I mean, I will take some flame rounds, though. I love a flame round. I don't remember that much from my degree. I mean, that's fair. I was the only person doing an undergrad in theater design that year. Actually, for the entire time I was an undergrad, I think I might have been the only one. And, like, they were trying to beef up the program, but, like, hadn't really done it yet. Where is this person? I guess I should go out the back. Man, you just went straight down. Still comboing, baby. But yeah, so you go to the library. Usually as soon as fucking possible. So I'd have to go and get dimes, because the to go to the fucking bank, get rolls of dimes. Eventually I just preloaded rolls of dimes, because the copying machines at the library took dimes. And then I would look up pictures for every single vocabulary word, and there were frequently like a couple dozen. Sometimes there were like 30. And then I would look in reference books, art history mostly, sometimes history books, and like try to find examples. She would okay, it's not that they weren't defined. She would tell you like this is a type of table or this is a type of garment or like whatever, so you would like know what you were looking for. But it wasn't like you got pictures. So you would go and be like, "Okay, this is a keton." Check it off, put a little mark in the book or a little torn off bookmark in the book. Find the next thing. And you needed, I think it was 3 examples of each, 3 examples of each, and at least 2 had to be primary sources. So like a Victorian drawing of what Greek ketons look like, that's no good. It needs to be from a vase, bitch. Show me a vase. Show me a vase. Like, we want a picture of a vase. We want someone in a sculpture that was made at the time. And do not show me Roman reproductions of Greek sculptures. I'm not trying to look at that. If you got 2 secondary sources that could combine and count as your last third one, but you could not, if 2 of them had to be primary, and if you didn't have 3 primaries, you could do 2 secondaries and it would be 4. And so then I would make copies, go home, cut them out with scissors, and rubber cement glue them onto pieces of typing paper and label them at the top. And then at the next Monday, those were due first thing. And then what we would do for the week is like look through our like source books, and we would take notes, and she would look at everybody's like what they had. Basically, we would go through each other's like submissions together and like mark them off, and also like we had books and stuff that we were looking at too, and that was fashion and furnishings, and it was wonderful. But like it making these packets every week took like, it was like having a part-time job. It took so long. You think he's in the big open area in the upper level? Dang, I was just up there. Let me go outside and check the outside, and then I will go up there. Because that's the only place that it could be, really, at this point. Alright. You are the Clang Bang magic swords guy. So that's no good. There's not a ton of places for him to be out here, but it's not impossible. And yet he does not appear. Alright, let's back upstairs. I got turned around when I was up here before. Okay, big open area. Oh, is this it maybe? Hmm? Hey! Hawk, good memory. Is he? That might be the merchant who sells the scented water.
Oi.
Hi. I'd like to talk to you. Shit! So you found me, but you'll never catch me. I think you're mistaking me for someone else. I was looking to buy something off you. The hell you are! Not if I kill you first! Well, this escalated quickly. Troublesome man, why must we do this? Not that troublesome. Oh. When he died, you could see his underpants. Is that how you make people buy perfume? I don't know. Damn it. I'm really up shit creek this time. You got me dead to rights. Calm down. I'm only here to make a purchase. You're not under arrest. Huh? You actually buying? That's right. Oh! Sorry about that. You just showed up out of nowhere with a face like an ogre's and my alarm bells went off. Sir? Who has a face like an ogre? The most handsome ogre you've ever seen? This is not very nice, man. Well, I normally don't trade with strangers, but to apologize for making you kick my ass, I'll open up shop. I see. Thanks. What can I do you for, mister? I've heard of a certain scented water that makes its wearer irresistible to men. Do you carry that? Yeah, I've got it. That's what you want? Takes all kinds, I guess. Okay, whatever. It's for someone else. Japanese ogres are red or blue or like green and stuff. I think that's what the Tengu are. I think. Or maybe they're mountain trolls. Is that different from ogres? I don't know. I don't remember. My brain, if I ever knew that, my brain has deleted it. Yeah, alright, whatever you say. He just wants to smell nice for his date with Majima. Here you go. It's called perfume. It's supposed to drive men crazy somehow. How much is it? Tell you what, just to put the whole thing behind us, cheers for free. Honestly, I don't even know how well it works. You don't? I suppose it's hard to believe that some little bottle of water will make you attractive to men. You can try it out first if you're skeptical. Here, have a waft. Oh! There is an aroma to it. It's sensual. Still, it's nothing like a love potion, to be sure. I told someone I'd get it for them, though. Thanks. It's wackiness music, y'all. Something wrong? Hey! You... What? Me? I love you. Huh? Kitty's like, oh, not this again. He smelled the he did smell the perfume, but you gotta figure Kiryu's getting this a lot. Why? What is that noise? What is that noise? I love you.
Nani?
What the heck, man? Kiryu, calm down. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'll go to the ends of the earth for you, mister. Sir. Lover. Buddy, this is not the way. You gotta bring this down several notches. This is from that perfume? Damn, it really does work. Kiryu looks like his tummy hurts. Hey, why don't we go somewhere quiet? Just you and me. His face is flushed. I can practically hear his heart beating. Why are we doing this? I love you, mister. Let's do this. Bold of you to think you would be tapping. He's lost it. I can't just fight him again while he's like this. I have to get out of here. If this wasn't so dangerous, it might be completely tasteless. But it's too full to take seriously, so I'm not gonna. Thanks for the water. They really enjoyed the humping animation they put in this game. 'Cause it sure is in here. Oh my god, y'all. Oh my god. So, this game, right, comes out right after 5 and before 0. If I'm remembering that correctly. Which means this humping animation debuted here and then became the walking erection in Yakuza 0. That's just a theory. It's just a theory. Screw the water. No, wait, screw me! See, that sounds more likely. They're really proud of it. It's, oh god, now I gotta run away. Ah! How do I get down from here? Oh, for fuck's sake. Is he really gonna chase me all the way back to the lady? Why did you make me think it had stopped? Why is this happening? Yeah. That was it was some creep shit. Oh, for fuck's sake! Why is this happening? Why would you restart it? Is he really gonna come this way? Perfect. Just get rid of this perfume. I hope so too. Ma'am, I brought you this horny water. Oh, sir, how did it go in Mukuroka? Were you able to buy that perfume? Yeah, I have it here. Handed it over. I can hardly believe it. Thank you. This is the start of a whole new life where men will actually look my way. Okay, fuck this. Fuck this. This is what perfume. What a horrifying invention. Ah! I don't know about that. Nope. Yeah, pretty horrifying. That whole sub-story kind of horrifying. Could have just done without it. I did not remember that's how that went, but we're through it now, so we'll just continue forward. I'm surprised they still sell perfume because so many places are supposed to be scent-free, but they aren't. Yeah, that's true. You gotta say hello to the puppies. Oh, Wander, you can be alright, sweetie. Pets, pets, pets. This dog needs pets.
Yoshi, yoshi.
Yes. I do like a perfume, those like oils. I like those. I have picked up and put down a somewhat chunky B-Pal addiction like twice now. But I mean, I have so much perfume, there's no way I could ever use it all, so I just was like, why don't you just use the stuff that you have? And so then I started trying to do that. Care. Pet the dog. Pet the dog.
Yoshi, yoshi.
B-Pal is Black Phoenix Alchemy Labs, and my favorite one of theirs is the White Rabbit. Harvest all. The thing though is like, I like this perfume, but like it is in a place, it's always in a place where I usually forget to wear it. I have all this perfume and makeup and stuff, and like a significant amount of the time I just simply do not remember to do anything with it. I'll like remember for a while and then forget for a while, and then I'm just like, you just need to stop buying this stuff because like you're not using it to the point where you feel guilty about it. So I was like, all right, that's it. Although I did like a big I did a big trash out of my nail polish because so much of it had like just was so old that it had separated to the point where it was just like not really usable so much. So I just got rid of like most of it because it I thought in my head that nail polish was forever. I thought it was eternal. I thought you could just save nail polish and keep using it forever. Well, it turns out that's wrong. So I ended up with a lot of nail polish that I could not use anymore. So I did get more nail polish, but I tried to be like thoughtful about it. I do have like an idea that like, and I have done this a few times, and it's always kind of a glorious day when I feel like well enough and like outfit inclined enough to like put a dress on and do the leggings and the whole thing, and then I will put on some makeup. I just have to remember that I have the perfume is the problem with the perfume. I always remember that I have makeup. I know I can put makeup on. It's just the perfume that gets me. Kitty gift. It's true. I was given nail polish and I can't wear it because it makes my hands hurt. I'm so sad about it. Aww. That is sad. I will cook. I need money. I want to get a good sword. And that means money. I might give up. I don't know. I want to get at least one good thing. Yeah, a lot of people can't like wear perfume and stuff, and that makes sense. There's certain like ones that I just cannot manage. Let me just tell you, I can't do patchouli because it gives me just a cracking bad headache, and like I do not like how it smells. It smells worse when it gets on my skin, and it gives me a very bad headache. I am not the market for patchouli. Do you know how hard it was to be a stoner? In the olden days, if patchouli made your head hurt. It was roof stoof, y'all. Tough. Because, like, it is just the patchouli. It's not, because some people would be like, oh, is it the patchouli plus the, like, hippie BO, because people are not bathing on purpose. But, like, no, it is just the patchouli. I've, like, because I like perfume, I've had to get really careful about, like, what things give me, like, headaches, and, like, make sure that I'm, like, back when I was buying it, making sure that I didn't buy anything that, like, had that stuff in it. There was some, and like some things, I don't know, just the oils like kind of do really react with your skin, like your skin and stuff, um, and the smells can change. And like one of the ones that I got like a tester from BePal that I really liked. I forget what it was called, but it was like lavender and pennyroyal, and I loved how it smelled, but like, and it was not like light. It smelled like pretty a lot, but like it just disappeared after being on my skin for like 5 minutes, just like gone. And it's just like, what, we're gonna like pay for perfume that like is gonna be gone immediately? No, that's silly. But like, that was a bum because I like that one a lot. Special passion pill, huh? Alright. Special passion pill it is. That one's come back around. And scarecrow carving. Alright. Alright. Beast tail for Snowball. Except it's not for Snowball. It's for me. Head shops has some of like the best stuff. You could just get like cool, like just really cool stuff. Not just blacklight posters, although, like, I don't know. I still kind of think those are cool, to be honest. Um, but, like, you know, they would have, like, uh, import CDs of bands you'd never heard of, and, like, magazines from places that you'd never heard of, and, um, just, like, all kinds of zines and stickers and cool candles and like little statuettes of dragons and shit. Oh yeah, just like one person like said to one like hippie said to themselves, what do I think is cool?" And and you know, and then like it's just a shop filled with like glass pipes, incense, and whatever this person thinks is cool. Patchouli smells like angry dirt. I cannot argue with you on that because it's not wrong. What if the dirt got mad? Angry dirt rubbed on bark that like punches you in the head and gives you a terrible stabbing headache behind one eye. Like, cuz I don't know if I'm allergic or if my body just hates some smells so much that like it just immediately punishes me, because it's not like an allergy. I have bad allergies, but like I don't know if this is that, but there's some things when I smell them I'm just like, this has to get away from me right now or I'm gonna die. And like I really don't tolerate bad smells well, but I especially don't tolerate them well if they're giving me a near migraine. Hello, I need to buy one cuke from you. Look at how much taller Kiryu is than this man. Like everyone says Kiryu is a giant man, and he must be. Do you have a problem? Oh, tiger time. Eat this, buddy. Oh. There you are. Pretty wienerly, guy. Pretty wienerly. I think neurotypical people generally smell something for a while and then tune it out. I know I can't. I don't get used to it. Like if a smell is on me, I smell it all over and over all day long and then get a headache. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I like, if something smells really good to me, then it is like a source of like joy and happiness all day long. None of these are the thing I need. Forget you, dude. Can I get out of here? Thank you. Hello. Let's, I gotta eat at more restaurants, and this handrail's in the way. So like, there's certain things that I just like love the smell of, and then they just makes me happy. One of those things is like regular sunscreen smell. Just what a delight. I just love sunscreen smell. I don't know. I always loved going to the beach. I don't know if it's like a good association thing or if I just maybe a little of both. Just think it smells really good. Ooh, what a delight. Like, sometimes I just, like, some of the perfume, it smells so good to me, I just want to, like, smell it again. I will put it on my wrist, and then I'll be a weirdo and, like, want to smell it because it just smells so nice. How many prize tickets do I have? Oh. Well, fuck it then. Okay. Thanks. Can I get out of this? Oh, there you go. No, I need to spin the other one. Coffee is a good smell. I like the, even though it's really fake, I like the, like, fake, like, cotton, the, like, Yankee Candle cotton. I like that a lot. I don't do, like, candles and stuff in the house anymore, though, because, like, I used to love, like, a big old Yankee Candle, but, like, these cats are not that smart. And I had a cat be like, I can fight the candle, and it's just like, boy, it's just not worth it, because no, you can't, and stop that. But, like, some of these cats are real determined. Oh, there you go. Well, he's super dead. Well, he's super dead too. Oh, jeez. That sounds really unpleasant. Excuse me, I need jar meats. Oh, that was the thing I needed. Alright, alright. Oh, wait, I need to go sell... I need to sell things. And then I need to contemplate my, smith strategy and see what we can do here. I'd like to sell you a bunch of ginseng. Are you amenable to that? Let's go, buddy. It's ginseng time. Or fish, pretty good. It's way easier to get, oh, did I pass that? I passed that. Now I passed it. There it is, there it is. So I'm gonna sell 66 of these. 1/6 away from the devil's number. Oh, I was, so, I had this idea where I thought it might be cool, and it might not be cool, so I might not do anything with this. I might just film this up and then dump it in the trash. I have done that before, and I'll do it again. No one can stop me from deciding something isn't good enough and throwing it away. People will be like, why don't you just, like, finish it? And I'm like, at a certain point, when it becomes obvious that the thing is no longer viable, I don't think that it's, like, artistically, valuable to me to just finish it because, like, I don't know, I already spent time on it. Like, I'll just dump something and be like, well, Hopefully I learned something from this. I don't always, though. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just don't learn anything. It just didn't work. I never figured out why, and that was the end of it. Because I just wanted to do something else and didn't want to spend a lot of time trying to figure out why. Although I feel like that, you know, little bit of, I tried not to do that because it's better to try to figure out why it doesn't work. Oh, posture check, thank you. Sit up a little bit more. And I have my Gatorade. Oh, wait. I sold this man all the things. I came back in here for nothing. Yeah, I'm just confused. What, again? I cannot go anywhere. Alright, good enough. But since I just started swatching and playing around with the oils and stuff, I thought I might be fun to sort of like document the process of trying to get the skills back up. But it might not be interesting. But it might be interesting. But if I just go ahead and take the film, then while I'm doing it, then I can figure out if it's interesting later. Because I'll have the material. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it, but see, like, my real goal, and I might have to do a couple of different versions before I can actually get to the point where this works. Although, maybe not, because, like, you know, the thing about oil paintings is, like, you can just kind of, like, if it's not working, you can just kind of keep wienering around with it functionally indefinitely. As long as you're not doing the, like, paint thickness backwards. You can even scrape off and kind of start over. Like, there's usually not a reason to, like, because, like, with some versions of painting, it's like, well, I did this and it's not quite right. I'll try it again. You know, but, like, with oil painting, the reasons why you would, like, want to do that don't really apply. So you can just kind of keep wienering around with it somewhat indefinitely. The hardest thing with an oil painting is knowing when to stop. Yeah, it's just whether or not I decide to, like, cut it together for myself or to show to people. I don't know. But I did the blues that I had, but, like, I got some paint for Christmas, which is really nice. And let's take a look in a book. What we got here? Rank 6. I want that. So let's take a look at what we have going on in the equipment sector. Jesus, Kitty, what the heck? What the heck, man? Alright. So, I wanted the fire sword. I feel like I really need to pick like one of these swords and not all of them because that's way too much. Ooh, it's so expensive. Jesus. I mean, for the amount of expensive it is. Gold nuggies. Is it really just the platinum filings and the money? Maybe that is the way to go. Okay. Because then I get I get the light and the armor. Oh, that is a good one. Yeah, see, that's gonna suck. There's just like, yeah. Blade of the Shogun. That's the one we ended up getting. But it's so expensive. And you need 5 golden medicine cases. And that's a lot of golden medicine cases. And 900 should be fine. 20 dragon whiskers. What are you going to do? Infiltrate the dragon barber? I mean, perhaps. Let's see. This seems way more doable, so that is what I'm going to attempt to do. Okay. Alright, let's start with that. I thought I was in, but I'm not. Okay, yep. I thought I was in the screen, but I was not. I was in my mind palace of the screen where Kiryu keeps his exact replica of the actual smithing diagram. Man, I would love that. Okay. Yes, that's the one. Okay. Elegance. Bronze hammer. You gotta get, I mean, the completion on this game is not a joke at all. Like, they were not fucking around. Okay. We can do it. Bang. Because once you get the swords in Beefend, you can really pretty much blow through really anything. Really anything that anyone tries to do. Okay. So I have the Light of Heaven. I need gold nuggies and platinum filings. Do you have gold nuggies and or platinum filings? I bet he doesn't have the platinum. No platinum. That's what I'm betting. No nuggies either. Alright. Alright, let's take a look at what we can do in the gun department. What do we got for gun? I think I have like the second best gun on him right now. Yeah, that's the one I have. Okay. am gonna want to do that. So I need money. Alright, fine. This is fine. Yeah, I have that on. Alright, cool. This one, blade proof or bulletproof? Blade proof or bulletproof? This one looks better. Bullets. Well, that was all the money. I will, thank you. Oh, why? What are you doing? Stop that. Stop it. Cut it out. Oh, wait. Can I? Oh. It's like, can I swap his gear out while the tiger eats this guy's face? Yeah, 40 to 6. That's definitely something. Well, Yoneda, that would also kill me, so don't feel bad. Yes! Oh boy. Yeah, I bet you don't do it again. Okay, equipment. I mean, this one does set them on fire. That's pretty good. Oh no! Ishinaika! Ishinaika. Ishinaika. Ayoy, yoy, yoy, yoy. Ishinaika again? Could be more trouble. I better see what's happening up there. Ishinai for justice. Ishinaika.
Oi.
Hey, all of you. Look, he's coming outside. Hmm?
Huh?
Why are you riffraff causing all this commotion?
Huh?
We've gathered here to demonstrate against your authority. Oh, yes, that whips! That's right. You're lining your pockets while we starve and keeping it secret from the Bakufu. Ha ha ha. Oh, please. Dispose of them swiftly.
Eh?
What? You peasants live on my land. If you're gonna complain, I've no need of you. Die for all I care.
Huh?
Just like it, an aristocrat. You can't just silence us. We'll go to the Bakufu ourselves and bring your crimes to light. Is that a threat? Come. Ah! Know that any who dream of stealing away and speaking it out against me have already forfeited their lives. Serve me or perish. Damn it! Ha ha ha! Now quit dancing, you miserable serfs. It's really very futile. Asia Nika? Ha! A fitting a song for the hopeless as I've ever heard. It means like who cares? Ha ha ha. Hold on a moment. Oh, the nosy man has come to poke his nose into the thing. Ooh, lady character model's having some problems. What do you want? Unbelievable. Abusing your power and laughing at people's suffering? You disgust me. You wander into this unwashed mob and I'm the one who disgusts you? I'm wearing a tailored kimono, jackanapes. All of you, make an example out of this one. Give the chattel a bloodbath to remember. Man, fuck you and your tailored kimono. I think I'm gonna kill you nice and fancy like. With my new fire sword. And my Hadouken. Fire sword! Oh yeah, that's some good swording. The fire sword is good shit, y'all. It just goes out when he puts it away. Anything else to say? Eek! Gah! Fainted. Thank you, sir. I can't believe our dance really worked. Your dance? Ishin. We heard that this refrain could change society, and it worked. We defeated a tyrant, all through the power of dancing. Well, I don't know if that's all it took, but I hope your lives get a bit easier now. I'm sure they will. Here, take this on our behalf. Tranquil towel. You know, I thought people following this Asian icon trend were all doing it frivolously. You sincerely believed in the good it could accomplish, though. That's right. Everyone here has their own reasons for dancing, after all. We chose to dance and sing in the hopes that it would make this world a better place. So, how about one more for good measure, everybody? Ishin. Ha! Good luck, all of you. Don't tell me you're leaving already, samurai. You want me to join in? Wouldn't you like to have fun and make the world a little better, too? No, Kiryu, don't do it. The dance is too powerful. It hypnotized you the last time. Get in here. You big silly. All right. Ishin. He looks so pained. Put your back into it, samurai. Ishin. That's the way. Ishin. We looked it up. Ishin was like a real thing. And I think that's fucking sick. Isn't that cool? Are you a masked man? I knew that you were! finisher. Hey, it's Gilded Zed! Welcome! How you doing? Beach cloth. I feel like Golden Sneak Man, we could do a little better than that. I feel like that was... Oh no. What's with this guy? I can't even cross the street with him lying there. Oh, good one, Will. Hey, wake up. You're in the way. He's muttering something. Hungry. Seriously? Do I have anything I can give him to get him on his feet? What should I hand over? Oh, I know. A whole onion. Hey, are you hungry? Do you want this whole onion? Food. Food? The scent of food. I don't know, man. I feel like I gave you ingredients and not food. The whole raw onion has been consumed. The magic of the onion restores everyone. Yes. Munch, munch, munch. Phew. I feel alive again. Oh, Forstein, you're gonna love this part. You have a hell of an appetite. Were you starving or something? Yes. Yes, exactly. I was so weak with hunger. I had one foot on the ferry to the afterlife. They mentioned the names of the sumo ranks. And I know Forstein has liked watching sumo. Oh, you're good. You're back with avocado toast. Oh, Forstein, it's a sumo one. But you were in people's way over there. Next time, maybe you could lie down someplace less obstructive. I get what you're saying, but it's not like I had much of a choice. Oh no. I'm getting hungry again. My head is starting to spin. He works out a lot. He needs food. From the look of it, you're a sumo wrestler. That's a rich business. It must provide you with enough food. What kind of egalitarian fantasy world are you living in? High-ranked sumo may eat like kings, but low-ranked sumo like me live hand-to-mouth. Excuse me. Sumo is pretty cool. There's a certain rank now where they get a salary. Thank you, Gilded Zeb. I didn't know that. So what rank are you? Jonokuchi. That's the lowest one, isn't it? It wasn't supposed to be this way. Back home, I was undefeated, you know. They say a frog in a well knows nothing of the ocean. Maybe you weren't ready to compete in the big leagues. No, that's not it. I really am strong. I just haven't been able to show it yet. Thank you, Will. Why not? Because the game is rigged.
Nani?
What do you mean, rigged? Y'all, also, this one came out right after Yakuza 5, where we had a big ol' sport-fixing, giant honka plot with Shinada right after there had been a giant sumo-fixing scandal. And then here, apparently it was still on somebody's mind. What do you mean, rigged? You start at low rank, so you can't make money. Without money, you can't eat. Without eating, you're too weak to win. Oh, only that kind of rigged. Okay. Capitalism kind. The beginners who are mostly really, really young and have little mullets are fun. Aww. Without winning, your rank never improves and you can't make more money. You see, it's a vicious cycle. And after all my dreams of wrestling in Kyo, how could I ever go home and face my parents? Ah! Please, calm down. But there's just no hope for me. If I could only wrestle on a full stomach, I could win. So you're too poor to properly feed yourself before a match. Is there anyone you could ask to provide you with food for now? Who would ever be so generous? Huh? Wait a second. Did you think of someone? Oh, thank you. I will have a hydration check now. Thermos is getting low, but it's still got stuff in it, so I did it. Did you think of someone? I sure did. You! Is he just scamming food out of people? I think he's pretty sincere. Me? Just like before, you gave me some of your leftover food and saved my life. Those weren't leftovers, I was gonna eat them. I don't have that much to spare. Yes, you do. But I can repay you. Once my rank goes up, I'll have plenty of money, after all. Please, just consider it. If I can wrestle full just one time, I'm sure I'll have the strength to win. And when I do, I'll start earning enough to feed myself and pay you back. Fine, I guess I can help him out if I have any food I don't need. Alright, if I can afford to, I'll try to get you some more to eat. Really? You're the first person to show me kindness since I've come to Kyo. Don't forget about this when you finally do start making money. I promise, on my honor as a wrestler. That reminds me, I've got a big match today. What? Today? Right now, actually. I better hurry over and fight before I digest all that good onion you gave me. I'll meet you here later, tell you how it went. Bring more onions with you, if you can. Alright. I really must insist on going to the shrine. This big-ass map, I've really been trying to get around here. Oh, there's someone else who needs vegetables. You'd be surprised how many people in Kyo are just hanging out and need some vegetables. Like this lady, she needs vegetables. She doesn't have any sides. She lost her money, and they won't have sides this week. Can you help her? Yes, I can help you. What will I give her? 1 bean. Enjoy your bean. I hope your family enjoys having a bean side. 1 bean. There you go. Very fantastic bean meal. Kinda means your rice ball surplus will be of use. No, I'm not giving him rice balls. He's getting onions. Because that's where his power comes from. I can make more onions. Ooh. Oh, the cat's back! The cat's back! This cat's supposed to bring you good luck if you offer him money? Cat-dependent man. It's me, the cat-dependent man. Recently, I was feeling bold and decided to gift the great lucky cat 3,000 mon. It gave me a letter in return. It's a magical cat. A letter? Does the cat know how to write, too?
Yeah.
Don't be silly. Some courier probably got careless and dropped it. But the address wasn't too far, so I figured I'd deliver it. Turns out the recipient is a total stunner. Plus, she invited me in for tea and cake. Boy, was she beautiful. So the Great Lucky Cat even offers blessings of love? I gotta give that a try. Kitty's like, oh my god, it has to be real. 3,000 mon for a blessing of love, huh? Alright, 3,000 mon. Show me what you can do, cat. Meow. Kiryu falls for every chain letter in every time period in every universe he exists in. Meow. What is it? Nothing? He brought something over. PlayStation 3. Obtained Shunga. This is a sexy woodblock print. He brought, the cat didn't bring love, it just brought porn. Meow. I can see the appeal, but this sort of thing is probably more exciting to young boys. Oh, Kiryu! You have made the cat sad! This cat can understand you, and you have made him sad. I sound like an old man. The cat gave this to me because he wants me to feel some passion, I think. Just gonna take orders from the cat now. Why not? I'll keep it around if I ever need a pick-me-up. Thank you, cat. Meow. See, you don't have to hurt his feelings. He was trying to help. And the rusty spring, that definitely should not be there, so it's good that he fished it out. Really? I'm sure there were shiny things over here. Well, anyway. Oh, Saito-san. How are you? Wonderful, as usual. And I hope you're taking care of yourself, Saito-san. I am. I'll see you later, okay? Iron supplements done wrong. How goes your cultivation of virtue? Kinda slow, actually. I'm not very religious, after all. But I do feel like I've experienced some benefits from being virtuous, as you say. Ah, that's good, that's good. I will say, you have the face of someone who's done good in the world, Saito-san. I do? Oh, yes. I'm a priest, you know, so I can see these things in people just by looking at them. That sounds fake. That's pretty impressive. I said that sounds fake, and Kiryu is immediately like, wow! Ha ha ha. Oh, by the way, I opened a shop.
Eh?
A shop? Like, for making money? Oh no, of course not. It's not for making money. It's for making virtue. I thought it'd be a convenient way for you to spend yours. I don't understand what you're saying. Can you spend virtue? When you're doing business with a priest, you can. Don't worry about the details. You wouldn't believe them anyway if I told you. Ah! Okay. So whenever, it really does look like the karaoke guy. So whenever you feel like you've cultivated enough virtue, just come on by. That is what I was trying to do. Okay. Thank you. Alright. So, for Haruka, All the kimonos. Okay, good. I do need one of those. Okay. Alright. Training water. You gotta get, you get morbs, points. You get experience points for your morbs for drinking the training water. Alright, well, I guess we'll start at the top of the map next time. Just gonna drink this water. A type of ukiyo-e print depicting a number of sex positions. Uh, Fascinating. Just drink the water, kitty. Alright, y'all, that's the stream. Hopefully y'all had a good time. I definitely had a good time. Thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out with me. Thank you to everybody who was in the chat. Chat helps to make things a lot of fun. Hopefully y'all have fun in the chat because I have fun chatting with y'all. Thank you to everybody who comes by and doesn't chat. Everybody who comes by and checks out the stream, even if it's for a little bit of time, it helps to make it more visible and make it a better time for everybody. And it's nice that you're there. I appreciate it. This is your last chance for this stream to donate points to the watch along. This is your last chance. You can only do it when we're live. Thank you to people who watch the VODs later. It's a huge compliment to me, and I appreciate it so much. And thank you most of all to my subscribers and to our mods, Hawk and Forstein. Y'all are the stream superstars, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And yep, that's gonna be it for me. My name is Allie. I'm from Ok2BeFat because it is okay to be fat. And this has been Like a Dragon Ishin. I'll see you on Friday if you can make it. But for now, I have to go. Goodbye.